Welcome back to another late edition of the Hockey Nation Live Show. Tonight, we're going to talk about signature injuries. Really sad news from the St. Louis Blues. We lost an amazing, great person. We're going also talking about COVID and finally, milestone. Don't go nowhere. Welcome back to another special edition of the Hockey Nation Live Show. This is your Coach Frenchy, back in the house. Again, the night we talk about everything happening during the day, and we are Wednesday, March 24th, 2021. So we're going to go through everything happening today, and let's start right away with the schedule of the day. We have an easy, quiet night in NHL tonight because we have only five game. First of all, at 5 o'clock, and this game is already done. It was Calgary to Ottawa, and the final score: Ottawa 3, Calgary 1. This is the second time back-to-back game Ottawa beat the Calgary Flames. It was 1-0 at the beginning of the third period, and Ottawa came back with 3 goals back-to-back during the third period to give another W to the Ottawa Senators. 5:30 this time. At that moment, the game is 3-2 for Minnesota over the Anaheim Ducks. It's about after the second period. The game between Buffalo Sabres and Pittsburgh Penguins start at 8 o'clock. It's just going to start in a few minutes. And finally, we have 2 late games tonight. At 10:30, the Winnipeg Jets are in the Vancouver Canucks tonight. And Vancouver have a lot of injury tonight. They play without Peterson, Orvat, Bagel, Pearson, and I missed another one. So they are really in bad shape right now about the injuries for sure. 10:30 also we have the Los Angeles Kings and the San Jose Sharks. This is another back-to-back. San Jose beat the Los Angeles Kings Monday night 4-1. And finally, the game between Edmonton Oilers scheduled tonight at 7:30, and in Montreal it's canceled because the COVID situation with the Montreal Canadiens. But I want to start right away with the sad news happening today. The St. Louis Blues announced today the pass away and the Bobby Blager, whatever you like, Plager in French, to be honest with you. He played 14 years in NHL, 11 with the St. Louis Blues, 3 years with the New York Rangers. He played 645 games in NHL. He has 146 points. It's not only his number in NHL, but it's his personality, the human being, the person he was, what he did for the St. Louis Blues for many years after he retired as a hockey player, working for the St. Louis Blues, and he was really an icon for St. Louis Blues. So I can understand how the fans and the direction of hockey, the St. Louis Blues are really, and great human being he was, Bobby Blager for the St. Louis Blues. So R.I.P. Bobby, and we wish the condolences to the family for sure. Let's move on to the next news. It's happening today. This has happened last night, first of all, between the Nashville Predator and the Detroit Red Wings. At some point, the referee, his mic was up, and he used a bad word, F, and then he said it's time to give a penalty to Nashville or something like that. And today, because of that situation on the social media last night, all night, everybody was talking about this, and for again the fact that the referee said something like that. This morning, the NHL announced by Colin Campbell, the referee Tim Peel, no longer to working in NHL game in the future. So that's and they talk about the integrity, they talk about the loyalty, and to be sure the game is properly referee with like I said, with integrity. Now, Elliot Friedman bring another dimension. I can understand. more and more hockey is involved with now with with bet or like a gauge, and you can bet on different ways, and you're going to have a lot of sponsorship with um, draft, or not draft, but the bet 99, those kind of company. Try to looking about the name of the draft something, but that's what I think they want to have, a protect that integrity in NHL. That's the reason I believe they honestly fire Tim Peel, referee, from the out of the game now. Today, the NHL also announced about the draft lottery change announced for 2021. So this summer, the drawing reduced the two limit ad in 2022 for team they win or move up. They're going to have a limit of 10 spot in the 2022, but for this year they reduced the 3 to 2 limit for the 2022. So there's another one where the governor has agreed yesterday, and it was approved now from NHL, and it was announced by the NHL today. The next news about we have only one injury happening today, where we have got for many team. Alexander Barkov was already late scratch yesterday during the game. It was announced by the coach Kenville today. He's going to missing also the game from Thursday. So it's a day today, but it could be a little bit pushing, maybe 4, 5, 6, 7 days. We'll see what happening with him. But this is not good for the Panthers. He's maybe one of the best top 10 player right now in NHL. So we'll see how the Panthers going to react tomorrow night. Again, the Blackhawks, we know they lost yesterday 3-2 without Barkov. So it would be a big challenge for the Florida to play without him for sure. Um, let's go with the milestone right now. Yesterday, Nathan McKinnon reached another great milestone for him, score his 200 career goal in a regular season. Another great way to do that, and it's not many did that for the Colorado Avalanche. Send the all back move from Quebec um, to Colorado. So another great milestone for Nathan McKinnon. Talking about milestone, let's move on with this one happening tonight. During the game right now, it's played between Minnesota and Anaheim Ducks. Ryan Suter got his 600 career point. So another great milestone for Ryan Suter. We know he started his career with the Nashville Predator after he got trade or UFA with the Minnesota Wild. The next one talk is about the stats. Vasilevsky yesterday extend win straight to 12. And then Lightning's victory again, the Star 2-1, the final score, goal winner of the Yanni Gord. That's amazing when you see the longest winning streak in NHL for goaltender is 14. So he's about two to tie up the winner streak, and also three to become the only one can reach 15. So it'll be interesting. We're going to follow up with him for sure. What can happen with him in the next couple of games, and maybe accomplish another great milestone in NHL. The COVID-19 situation is an update today. The Minnesota announced that Zach Parise, he's ad on the COVID-19, did not play tonight. And the goaltender, Alman, also is a COVID-19. We know already Montreal have a couple of players there. The Anaheim Ducks have also a couple, like four of them. So a couple of teams right now, they are really, touched by the COVID-19 at that moment. Uh, Talking about COVID-19, we announced today the Boston Bruins at that moment, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern time, Wednesday night. The Bruins are on the ice right now, practice, and they're supposed to play tomorrow night. So they're missing a couple of days because of COVID-19. That's the situation. Did not play this weekend. They postponed 2 games, Tuesday game and Saturday game. So they are expect to play tomorrow night. So it's great to see them tomorrow on the ice. We'll see how many people of the players, how many players going to be back on the ice with the COVID-19 situation. We know already 4 or 5 players have the COVID. Kukareli, I'm sorry, Greg Smith, Pack Snack is another one. And so we'll see what happening there. So we have to follow up if they're going to be a full roster or maybe missing a couple, or David Frenchy too, if they will be back or not during the game tomorrow night. We have a couple of signatures on the entry level contract. We have three tonight. The first of all, we talk about the Devils sign the forward Tyce Thompson to a 2-year entry level contract. The contract will begin with the 2020-21 season. He has report to the Devils to begin his guarantee. He spent the last 3 seasons with the Providence College. He is a draft 2019 4-round pick from the Devils. So we'll see happening with him. And so he's finished his NCAA college career with a Providence College. The next one we'll talk about is Zeph Barton for the Detroit Red Wings, signed today a 2-year entry-level contract beginning with the season only next year, 2021-2022. Want to finish with the last signature in NHL. It's coming for the Philadelphia Flyers, signed Max Willman. Another contract of 2 years entry level, start only in 2021-2022. And that's conclude everything happening today in NHL for the breaking news. And before we leave, just want to remind you, don't forget to subscribe on the Hockey Nation Live Show for the Facebook and YouTube channel. And at the end of each video, we just want to remind you, hockey fans, you have greatness inside of you. Bonne soirée, mes amis. À demain.